Handbook for the New Paradigm. Chapter 23. When we last had occasion to deal directly with those behind this plot, it was within a conference-type situation. At that time, they were informed that there was full awareness of what their plan was set to accomplish. They were told that it was a futile attempt, but it was their choice to continue on, in their chosen path. Inasmuch as free will is the loose cannon of the universal plan for evolvement, there was nothing we could do. Now, it has reached the point at which their plan is indeed a threat, not that it could ever attain their desired goal of a negative universe galaxy. It can, however, create unimaginable chaos. Do not take this information lightly. It is indeed a serious situation. This is not the fault of the inhabitants of Earth, it is just that this was the planet with the consciousness and physical manifested body type to fit the most ideal criteria for their plan. This is not the first time they have tried to overwhelm your planet to use it, and humans for this purpose. It was a long time ago in your sequential counting. They were far advanced then, in their technological gadgetry, but did not understand humanity, which allowed them to be repulsed. Unfortunately, humanity chose to use force to do so, and in that way, buried within their psyche the belief that force was the way to solve any encroachment upon their perceived freedom. In a way, it married you to them, through this perception. This time, they believe that the earlier error in understanding their foe will not be repeated, for they have studied you well. Every weakness is known, and is being exploited for their purposes. However, their focus was upon inducing your cooperation, rather than resisting them, until it is too late for you to do so. They carefully laid plans to overwhelm you, both sensually and physically. In particular, they have emphasized safety over adventurous risk, except within military paradigms. So, you have insurance for all risky portions of your regimented life. You have your addictive paycheck system to depend upon, along with social security. Notice, it is always capitalized, right along with your references to God. Even omnipresent Satan clause is capitalized. Your heroes are all well-paid, sports, or movie stars. How adventurous are these? Your movie star heroes are drugged and adulterous, in open display, along with your presidential movie star. Remember, if you can be held at the lowest level of your dimension, you cannot take advantage of the dimensional leap at the shift of the cycles, but can instead be taken to an even lower level of vibration. At that point, it is their intention to separate the soul energy from the body. They have no intention of putting it back into another body. It is the energy that they plan to use as power in the transformation of the chaos they intend to cause, from positive to negative. They believe that the lower the vibration, the nearer it is to the still point, thus making it more malleable. All of these theories have been reached by attempting to study creation, through the process of following its steps backward from manifestation to creative impetus. Fortunately, there are many miscalculations in their plan. But not enough to avoid creating great chaos, indeed if their plans progress much farther. Here again, we are faced with the great stumbling block of free will, the key ingredient in both, bringing this situation into existence and causing it to self-destruct. This magical key is held by the consciousness of the beings on this planet. The consideration of the situation from the above point of view allows for it to seem to be a very bleak future indeed. Enter the view from the other side, that of creation. This view is adventurous, opportunistic, and positive. It moves, not upon long and exacting plans, but within a fluid and expansive mode. It moves within a creative stance that allows for enhancement of individual and collective experience, rather than suppression and destruction. Remember the picture of the pond. The other side must control the ripples from the outside in, while we may cause them great problems of containment, by using just one small pebble, one idea, continuing thought, focused on creation. We have here two opposite modes of movement, within the totality of creation. Now, looking at the big picture, on which side would you place your bet? It is not that our side does not have some problems to resolve, it is just that we have the innate natural expansive consciousness that harmonizes with the intended life experience. Even though the conscious awareness appears to be mesmerized into sleep, how does one bring a hypnotized person back to consciousness? Is it not a snap of the fingers? But must that trigger be previously programmed? Not necessarily. Their planned trigger is the sudden mass realization of overwhelming control, an emotion they plan to feed upon with great enthusiasm. So, we have been busy triggering this realization in a slow and steady manner, so as not to alert them to the damage that is being done to their planned trigger. Remember the 100th monkey theory? It is a slow and increasing dawning of understanding within the mass consciousness until a critical number reaches an awareness of a new concept and all know. Guess what? We are disarming their trigger. Are you aware of the awakening happening now? You were hoping for sudden realization, while we were implementing the opposite. We are planning surprises of our own. It is indeed rewarding or fun, as you put it, to be on the winning side, and know it. Now is the time to begin preparing the step, in the process of a new focus, for the awakening awareness of your planetary inhabitants. A new paradigm of experience. How fast must it move into the fray? Don't sweat that for a minute. Just do your part, and all will come into play, right on time. Once the first crack in their plan is complete, things will pick up in momentum. Just remember that we are hardly impotent. It is just that we must play the game according to the rules that ensure success. Not so for our opponents. Keep in mind that the Creator must retain all of his fragments, even those that are our perceived opponents. He cannot stop caring for any part of the whole of his being. Note that we use the masculine within this information when referring to the Creator. It is just that creating is an attribute of the masculine focus, while the womb or ability to contain the creation of the masculine function is considered the feminine attribute. Through this, we have the depiction of the masculine Creator and the Mother Earth. Indeed, it is balanced in wholeness of experience. We would prefer that the women of Earth would come into this understanding and find their balance within it soon. May these glimmers of understanding be blessings indeed as you continue to fulfill your commitments within this wondrous event. Keep on, keeping on.